Well, embattled South African Olympian Oscar Pistorius was back in a Pretoria courtroom on Wednesday for a second day of bail hearings in connection with the tragic shooting death of his girlfriend.
The high-profile case has South Africans and much of the world riveted to the latest testimony and investigation details. Prosecutors say the shooting was premeditated murder, but Pistorius insists that Reeva Steenkamp's killing was unintentional.
Well, for more insight on today's court proceedings, correspondent Anita Powell joins us yet again on the phone from Pretoria. Anita, thank you. So take us straight into the courtroom today. I think I heard you earlier say, wow, there was drama, it seems.
Wow is right, Ndimyake. It was a dramatic day in the courtroom. We first had a very strong-sounding argument from the lead police investigator, a man named Mwakalyelye, and it seemed almost airtight. He gave all sorts of compelling evidence, including that Reeva was found with all of her clothes on, indicating that perhaps she was trying to leave the house at the time, that the door was locked from the inside, that Pistorius had previous incidences of violence and threats that he made to other people, that unlicensed ammunition was found at the home, and that he even raised the possibility that Pistorius' family was trying to access bank accounts offshore to try to get him out of the country.
Oh, wow. So
that was really compelling.
Okay, so does that pose a possible flight risk if he is actually granted bail? Is there any fear of that?
Exactly. This is the big question today, and this is the question that Magistrate Desmond Meyer is going to have to think about overnight and maybe even longer. And it boils down to, if Oscar Pistorius is given a chance, will he run? And it's interesting because this is sort of a question that's followed Pistorius his entire life in a different way. But that's really what it boils down to. Now, Botha, the detective, or rather the investigator, said he fully believes that he would because of the severity of the crime and because he thought that the behavior was a little bit weird with looking for the foreign bank accounts and so on and so forth. But after Botha gave this stunning testimony, including mention of testosterone found in Pistorius' bedroom, which was just a shocking revelation.
But it turned out to be herbal. It's not really illegal or anything like that.
To be honest, we don't really know what it was. The defense named it, which sent all 100 or so journalists in the room rushing to Twitter and to Google. And at this point, we still actually don't know what it was. What it appears to be is some sort of injectable that the defense says is a herbal remedy that athletes use.
Now, Anita,
it's an injectable herbal remedy.
We only have a short while left, but then it seems as though, I'm not sure who's looking stronger at this point. It seems as though the defense is saying that the prosecution is raising a lot of issues that don't seem to be adding up. The fact that the eyewitness accounts, some say they heard it from outside, and then now it turns out that it was further away from what they initially said. It was that too far to really hear what happened in the house. Is that, possibly putting holes in the prosecution's case? Exactly.
I mean, you could almost liken this day of arguments to that famous rumble in the jungle fight between Ali and Foreman. For the first 5 rounds, it really looked like the prosecution had it in the bag. And then the defense just came and dismantled every single argument. It was almost like the rope-a-dope, you know? They just kind of let the prosecution build up an argument and then knocked them down. And they've raised more questions. And Botha was just frankly flustered and concerned, and it didn't bode well for the prosecution.
Wow.
So it's coin toss, really.
Well, thank you so much, Anita Powell, for that account. Anita Powell reporting from Pretoria for us.